All right, so it is time. So today I'm going to be talking about other consignments and specifically COMC. So in the past, I talked about PWCC and Probstein 123. These are specific consignments that sell through eBay. COMC can do it as well, but let me explain what COMC is. So COMC is a consignment conseller, meaning you send cars from to them and they sell them for you. They have a catalog, they have their own online store, they scan it, and they post on the website. They do charge a fee. They do charge a processing fee and a seller's fee. Certain things that you want to make sure you do, because I'm sending my first order to COMC, you want to make sure they're out of, unless they're super valuable, which I wouldn't send super valuable cards, meaning cards that are $300 or more, I personally would send to them. More likely to send cards that are probably around $15 to $300 range, around that. Maybe 10, maybe 5. But I have them in the penny sleeves. These are like the Marvel cards that are actually surprisingly really good condition. And you want to make sure they're in near mint condition or better. That's what they check for. Sometimes it's still hard. You can pull cards right out of the pack and they're still not in near mint condition because centering's off, maybe has some scratches. Somehow it got scratched in the pack. The corner maybe dented or something like that. Or factory lines, other things that affect it. So I do have some cards that I'm probably not gonna send in, like this Jaden Sancho, this Kai, and Andre the Giant card. Like the corners, and it's really, really hard to see, but on the back, there's some wearing on these cards. So these will probably get rejected. They can accept it, but it's an additional fee. And with that additional fee, what they do is all those cards, you have to tell them like the condition. So buyers who come in aren't thrown off and they think they're getting this great condition card and it's not. So that's something to keep in mind. You can sell, but it's a bit of a risk. And then the other thing is you want to take them out of these card savers here. The reason why you want to take them out of the card saver because they charge an extra fee, because it's just more labor and more time for them, and they could more likely damage the card. And you want to package them up really nice. And then also, I have another batch of cards here. These are more actually sports cards. Cristiano Ronaldo optics and Jason Tatum optics, stuff like that. But you want to put them in a box, and luckily for me, COMC is actually located in Washington State. It's actually in Redmond, Washington, which is not very far from Seattle, which is really nice. But I put them up in bubble wrap. Just put them in a way so they don't get damaged as you're shipping them through, because the last thing you want is look like a dog or animal just attacked your cards, because they're not going to accept them. And then also you want to print out like the little slip letting you know what item. Go into the COMC website, you make an account, but second step, you confirm the items that you want to support by COMC. And then you select, there are different options you want to select. I just selected the standard option. And then you go through and you pick, and it normally takes 16 weeks to process. So, and it's about a 50 cent charge per card. And minimum submission is 20 items. And maximum price listing for each card would be $100. Suitable for single cards, trade value less than $50. So most of the cards I'm sending in will be less than $50. The other thing is, if you want to add it that's more than that, then you're going to have to actually pay more. It's going to be a higher deductible from what you pay. Oversized cards is an additional $3 charge. over a specific length. So you can also have the option to sell these cars on eBay, which it gives it more exposure, but most of the time they just sell straight on COMC. The other thing that you need to be cognizant of is looking at other options to sell your cars. Obviously, eBay is great. They've changed the mailing system where for cheaper cars, the envelope mailing system is much better. And that's something that you want to also consider as well, or you can sell cars in lots. There's so many ways you can sell cars. And you can also sell cars in slabs. I don't think necessarily that's always the best idea unless it's possibly base cars, so Prism base, and most of the time it's non-rookie cars. I'll be more likely to sell on COMC versus somewhere else. And then obviously when you sell the car, they take their charges. It's about 5% charge from what you sell it for, plus the few other fees as far as processing and listing fees, which is pretty cheap overall. And normally that's much cheaper than eBay. And you know, you also set the price. So it's not as if they set the price for you. You know, you set the price and you can change it whenever you want. So these are other things that you want to be cognizant of as well. And if you have any questions, just hit me up in the comments below and I'll make a follow-up video about, it's probably going to be at least 16 weeks from now, but a follow-up video of how my cards went as far as scanning, what got sent back and why, and what things you can do to just avoid it. Also, one other thing is when they send the cards back or reject the cards, they don't actually charge you for it. So that's the other thing to be hopeful and cognizant of. So, you know, I'm getting back into it. This is my first video in a while. So if you want to hear more, just like and subscribe and also comment below.